Hello, my name is Lisa Caprera, and I'm in Florham Park Fitness, New Jersey, with celebrity trainer Anthony Michael.
Hey guys.
Anthony, tell us, how did you start off in the fitness industry?
Well, I grew up in a house. My father was a general surgeon, my mother was a registered nurse, and I was always going to be the next doctor in the family. I was good in athletics. When I went to college, I majored in biology, focused in on pre-med. I played Division I football. And even though I was good in the sciences and good in biology, I wanted to pursue the fitness industry. And I thought to myself, if I'm the best at what I do, it doesn't matter what arena I go into, I'll be successful. So with my passion, right out of college, I started as a trainer, which turned into me owning my own training business, sending trainers to homes, which turned into me owning my first gym, into multiple gyms, and here we are today.
How did you get the opportunity to speak on the Dr. Oz show?
Well, quickly after Nicole being Snooki gave birth to her first kid, Lorenzo, she wanted to get in shape. And she was focused, and she came and looked me out. And what happened was we had a great synergy with trainer-client relationship. She did everything that we needed to do. She lost 42 pounds through her first 3 months of us training, which caught the eyes of people in the public. And that turned into us going on the Dr. Oz show, which then turned into us on Good Morning America, and I was on the Ali Wentworth Daily Shot, amongst others.
So what was it like training your first celebrity?
You know what? A lot of people think that they're different types of people, but and things come easy to them. But in reality, I can tell you from training multiple celebrities that there's a reason they are where they are in life. They are driven and they are focused, unlike the average person. And that's why they're successful, and that's why even when it comes to them being a personal training client, they're very successful in that realm as well.
So what was it like going on tour with the Jonas Brothers?
Well, it was great, but I didn't really go on tour. I went on their Chicago tour, and their private jet, and it was a blast. I tell you that those guys are really down to earth, and they're a real fun time to hang out with. I was backstage during their concert, and it was a really fun time.
So what separates you from any other personal trainer in the world?
Well, my education for one, and my understanding of the human body. One of the major things that you'll learn in basic physiology, you learn how the body works together, right? And one of the main contributors to weight gain is insulin, and the ability to maneuver and manipulate insulin in your body is the major factor when it comes to growing anything. So insulin is the most anabolic hormone in the human body. The prefix ana means to grow. So if you're going to grow your muscles, you're going to grow your fat cells, you're going to grow anything, insulin plays a vital role in that. And that becomes my focus in nutrition, depending on what your goals are. It's manipulating insulin.
How would you approach a situation where someone is trying to lose weight opposed to someone who's trying to gain muscle?
Okay, so real quick, when it comes to any diets, and I use the word diet, it's a form of how you eat, okay? You can have a good diet, you can have a bad diet, right? In the form of when it comes to weight loss, like I told you, insulin being the most important factor. There's a big fight in the world today about which diet's the best, right? And there's a big fight between vegans on one end of the spectrum, and then you got the people on ketogenic diet, which is on the opposite end of the spectrum. Now you find out that both of those diets have insane positive results, which you have a weight loss, you have lower cholesterol levels, you have normalization of blood pressure, many things, and you have the vegans, which they eat almost all carbohydrates, and then you have the ketogenic diet, which they eat almost all fats. Now there's one element here that is similar in those two diets, which makes all diets work in a body composition manner. And that is that you don't eat carbohydrates and you don't eat fats together. When you do that, you exponentially increase your body's ability to store fat. So, in the vegan diet, you're always eating carbs without fat, and in the ketogenic diet, you're always eating fat without carbs. So in all the other diets in between, when they work, you're not eating those two sources of energy together, and you're not releasing insulin when specifically there's fat in the bloodstream. So, to get to your question, when someone's losing weight, that is the major focus. It's not combining carbs and fats together. And when someone's trying to gain muscle, it's releasing insulin at the right time. And obviously, weight training is a big component of that.
So, how did you keep your gym up and running during this tough time with COVID?
COVID has been very tough on the entire industry. Everyone moved to the workout at home movement, but there's been ways to maneuver. If you've been in Zoom fitness classes at home, and trainers that used to train in gyms are now going to people's homes and things of that nature. The gym industry is particularly hard, but there's an element in the gym that will never go away, and it's an element of motivation. And most people need that motivational inspiration when they work out that they can only get really in a gym environment. So while I think the gyms have taken a very big hit during this time period, I do not think it will be sustained over a long time. I think gyms will come back.
You being an incredible athlete yourself and the knowledge that you have to share to the world, what advice do you have to give to all those kids in college, any athlete right now going through this tough time with their sport?
Well, it's definitely a tough time, especially for those seniors in any of the sports that they're not going to, be able to repeat. But there's a passion. If they have a passion for anything and they know they have it, they can turn that into something that they're going to use the rest of their lives. So just because they weren't able to play their last season, they need to focus and find out what their true passion is. If it's just basically health and wellness, that's one direction. But if it's a particular sport, it may be coaching, it may be something like that. If you have a passion for something, that's the key to success. So I would say, don't get discouraged. Find a way to continue to move on with your passion.
Alrighty, now last question of the day. Anthony, if you can tell the Anthony 10 years ago something, what would it be?
If I could talk to myself 10 years ago, I tend to be a little bit of an overthinker and worry about risking too much and doing things which I've always had to fight, and it's the reason I am where I am, because I forced myself. I would tell myself to weigh more in faith that I'm going to know what to do, and I'm going to have the right answers, and I'm going to be successful because I have so much faith in myself and so much passion. I know now that because I love this so much that I'm always up to date on the new studies that are coming out on which diets, what studies come out about the human body. So I educate myself just because I love what I do. And I'll always be on that cutting edge of what's going on, with the human body. So I would tell myself to have total faith that you're going to know what to do and how to deviate no matter what comes in.
Alrighty, thank you, Anthony, so much for giving this opportunity to share your extensive knowledge and motivational mindset.
Thanks, Lisa.